Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. We're back with some leaks today, courtesy of our friends from the Russian community. Credits is due to them. I will link their names and also one of the YouTubers from the community in the description below. Shout out to Rokonshi, I think that's how I pronounce his name, and Arasus as well. So they were the ones that got this leak first, and it was data mined from the application, I think. And yeah, here goes nothing. There's gonna be a few things that we're gonna talk about, but first of all, let's just zoom in on the skins here. So we are gonna have two skins. It looks like one is gonna be of Wrath, which is our favorite Epic Lord fighter, which everyone gets at I think day 14 of login. And you also get extra soul stone of him. I think now it's an extra copy instead so that you can sell if you already got him A5 on I think the second week. Yeah, so Wrath really needs no introduction. So it's good that he has a skin. I mean, it's gonna be very free to play accessible in the sense that everyone's gonna get him as a hero no matter what. And also the skin will probably be quite accessible, going by what they've been doing so far with the Mari skin and the Silas skin. I think those are just good indicators for us to know what they've been doing. And I think on the one on the right, I think it should be Komodo, if I'm not wrong. I don't really use Komodo, but he is a fusion character, so once again very accessible. Everyone has a copy of him no matter what, so that's nice. And the Wrath skin looks a lot cooler. Looks like he grows out his horns. And I think in some of the leaks that other YouTubers have shown, I think he has wings on his back as well. And I think this has been shown even in Bucket's interview as well. So yeah, I think this is nothing new. I think the Komodo skin is the newer one. So Komodo is also a fusion character, and yeah, you can see, actually comparing it to the reskin, it doesn't look like there's much of a difference other than more pronounced armor on him. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the final product if it looks any better. So yeah, these are nothing new, but the new ones are the ones over here, which I'm flashing over now. So these are new characters. The one on the most left hand side, that's actually I think it's a rare healer. It's new. So there's no telling which faction it's from, but from the looks of it, it looks a lot like the Watcher faction. Could be the Arbiter faction also, I don't know. I don't think they'll add any rare units to the Arbiter faction, but who knows? And I think it would be a dream come true if they actually added this to be an Esotericist healer, because lots of people are stuck at the Esotericist trials, and that's because they don't have an extra healer. So I think having a rare one would be very nice. And then the other hero, just right next to her, it's called Sanja. So from the data mining, it says that she's an assassin and she shoots with a crossbow. And range-wise, it looks like she has most of the piercer's range. And you can see the skills below as well. So it looks a lot like a magic spell. Just from the looks of it. And I don't know. I think we have lots of piercers at the moment already. We have Silas, who does massive physical DPS. Then you have Hex that does magic. So I don't know where this new hero will fit in. If let's say they place her in the Watcher faction, and maybe they spice things up, because the Watcher faction is known to be the worst faction in the game so far. So who knows? Maybe that's what they do. And then there's also a tiny little soul stone of hers as well. So maybe they'll release that in the shop. Yeah. So that's the leaks for upcoming heroes and skins. And I think the other more interesting stuff is okay, before we jump on to the more interesting stuff, there's this chat bubbles that are available. So the red one is obviously the last one. The blue one is no idea. We were discussing this on Discord or the mods over there, and then they say maybe this is the Captain Rives one. Maybe they'll have a Captain Rives banner rerun, because after all, this is all asset. All these assets are data mined. So they are in the game, but we have no idea when it might take place. So yeah, I think that could be where the chat bubbles come in. So on to the more juicy stuff. First of all, let's talk about the potential upcoming banners. So we've seen the leaks for Artemis and Hatsune. I wouldn't talk about that. There's also one on Torador and Giselle. I think that will be an ancient one. And then I forgot what was the last banner, but here is two other banners that we've not seen so far. So first one is quite a surprise. We have Fauchia, Comet, and Cratch at the back. I have no idea why Cratch is in the banner. I mean, Comet's a great hero, and Fauchia is a little bit underwhelming. So if let's say they were to do this banner, honestly, the only unit that I really gun for is Comet because I don't have him right now. You can see right over here, the Esotericist faction. I don't have any of the nice mages. I don't have Comet, I don't have Boris, I don't have Venoma, I don't have Cyrus, so yeah, I'll be really gunning for Comet if let's say, you know, that banner hits the server, but having Cratch on the banner is kind of a turn off. Unless, you know, they actually rework him a bit before they release him. And the more interesting one is actually the second one. You can see over here. Hex and Zilitu. So, no idea why the two of them are on the banner. I do think that I see Razak at the back, in the background. So it could be a Trinity banner, but I don't know why Razak is like so faded out. So, might be a bond skill between Hex and Zilitu. That's what some people are speculating. But with Razak in the background, I just realized maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's just going to be a regular banner. Yeah, I think this Hex Zilitu Razak banner is definitely a must go for. Because it literally has all the heroes that, you know, you wouldn't mind having. Hex obviously for Guild Boss, Zilitu as well, and just all generic content. And then you have Razak for Gearit Tree on the left hand side. So really cool stuff here. And I think the last thing that we want to talk about is pretty interesting. It's gonna be, I think, most out of this world, I think, compared to all the leaks that we've been talking about. So I'm gonna pull up this faction icons here. So you guys should be familiar with most of the faction icons here. We have Nightmare, we have Watchers, Northern, Inferno, so on and so forth. And on the mouse right hand side, we see on the first row, we see like a faction with like 3 claw marks. And you can see the same claw marks appearing in the second row, in the second column. And then in the last row, you can see the same faction coming out on the most left hand side again. So definitely looks like, you know, some I don't know, animalistic related faction. It'll be interesting to see what heroes they add, because most of the leaks in terms of heroes graphics that we've seen, we have not actually seen any heroes that, you know, resemble this faction. So from the leaks, it said that this is the Savagery faction, so Savage faction. My guess, if I were to make an intelligent one, would be that this is gonna be involving the units like Lugaru, Cloudorf, I don't know, maybe even Saga. I mean, the banner, the icon itself makes me think a lot of people from the, you know, chaotic faction, but I'm thinking of the animals in specific, so even the likes of Salazar as well. So it will be really interesting to see if they do the same like what they have done with the new factions. They will add some of the units to have double factions, and, you know, given that Lugaru is really double faction, would they actually do a triple faction like unit? I have no idea. But yeah, I think these are just really exciting stuff to, you know, take note of as to what's coming. And yeah, I think with the downtime of everyone just waiting for Gearit 4 to be out, if you've cleared all content like me, I think this is the type of leaks that, you know, we are really interested and want to learn more about. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Once again, shout out to my pals from the Russian community for, you know, providing these screenshots, and I'll definitely be adding more of this if, let's say, they find more things from the data mining. And also do check out their, you know, channels as well in the description below. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.